to Between Two Ferms. Today we have our fermenters from the lazy ass lambic that we made out back in the cold of winter that we'll come out with sometime, and who knows when. I'm Blake Jarolim, head brewer at COOP Ale Works.
I am Will Quinlin, lead brewer at COOP Ale Works.
Today we're going to talk about Native Amber.
Hey,
Oh yeah.
getting better.
Native Amber was the original flagship of COOP Ale Works.
Is it really?
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
So whenever we decided to go into cans, our best sellers were Native Amber and Horny Toad. So we put those into cans back in 2010. Since then, as some of you may have guessed, F5 is now our flagship, but we'll get to F5 later. Although I do want to give a shout out to Matt Goad, a local artist, designed the Native Amber can. Will was
Is one of my
partial to
favorites.
this one.
Yeah. Oh, he's very clean. I don't know. It's good style, just like Grand Sport, which I know he didn't do, but its song feels the same.
Yeah, yeah.
And Oktoberfest.
Matt Goad's done some pretty good can designs, or logo designs, I should say, for us, and this is also one of my favorites. So Native Amber, original flagship, been making it since '09. This beer in its journey since I've worked here has been probably maybe the most drastic of core recipes,
Sure.
I would say. I used to taste it and feel like it was not quite fulfilling what it could. But I really couldn't figure out what it is, and I thought it was the hops. It was just too bitter or something, and wasn't quite working out right. So there was a period that, like, every batch for maybe 2 months, I would tweak the hop bill later or earlier, kind of depending on what I was getting, and there just wasn't a sweet spot that I could find that I really thought it was kind of hitting on all cylinders. So one day I happened to be loading some malt into our old ass grain hopper that was very laborious, that probably had 100,000 volts of static electricity if you touched it at the wrong moment, and would leave you wondering if you were going to live if it shocked you. That's another story. So anyway, I was loading some grain into a hopper, and I just kind of threw a handful of biscuit malt into my mouth, thinking, I haven't tasted this in a while or whatever. And all of a sudden it hit me. That bitterness, that kind of weird flavor that was too much was the biscuit malt and not the hops. So turns out I backed off the biscuit malt, added a little more aromatic malt, bam, it was right where it needed to be. So that was maybe not the most drastic change, but the longest journey to figure out what we wanted to taste like. It's labeled as a red IPA. It still says amber on the front. You make the call. It's definitely hop forward. It is dry hopped. It has all that stuff going on for it. What do you got?
I know there's a lot of people kind of upset about that change, though. There's
Yeah.
a core group. There were people who really love Native. Like, what happened to Native?
I do remember that being in the time we transitioned from Western to here.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
Whenever you go from a 7-barrel hand-stirred system to a 30-barrel, there may be some changes and things and some general process, but I feel like we've got it in a place that I'm really happy and comfortable with where Native's landing.
It seems more balanced now.
Yeah, I would say that balance is a key word. It's still, Daniel Mercer, our founder, one of the 3 founders, his favorite beer of ours.
I didn't know that.
It is, yeah. So, yeah. Well, Native. Taste of
There it
beer. Former flagship. Still in our top 3 best-selling beers, so still does well. But an Oklahoma City original craft beer. That's all I got.